Uh, Hi. Today a bit of a different video. I was contemplating on whether I should post this on the speedrun channel or on my main channel. In the end, I think I decided, if I didn't change my mind, that it belongs on the speedrun channel because it's more a part of that kind of hobby instead of my journey to actually make proper, nicely edited videos. Um, yeah. First of all, I will be talking a bit about weight. Nothing like counting calories or anything, or recapping that. But still, trigger warning if you're suffering or you have suffered from an eating disorder and this is not something you feel up to today. This is your warning. Feel free to come back anytime. I'll be here in this video for however long you want. If you want to come back and feel ready for it, feel free to. And if not, that is also, of course, completely fine. And I wish you all the best. I'll still leave you here a few seconds so you don't have to frantically go here if you just click this video to have it on the side. But I think by now, if it is an issue for you, you have found the video and were able to stop or close it. What exactly is this? It is a health diary, I guess, is what this is supposed to be. It's obviously public, to hold myself. Is it to hold myself accountable or just to document it? For myself, for you, because I don't think I'll give up at this point, and to hopefully be a positive example for somebody who hasn't done sports ever and is starting in their late 20s. Maybe that's a bit much to call it. For somebody who hasn't looked at health at all for 28 years of their life, is, I think, the correct thing to say. So I've been working on myself for the past few months, super actively. What I mean by that is that I set out a schedule of what I want to do, and mainly that was, I want to add a thing to my routine every week, and I want to keep that up, and with the goal of self health, and just generally improving and getting closer towards my goals. Why every week? Because my goal was to form a routine, and I had the feeling of, if I don't put in manageable stuff, in the end I will just not do it anymore. So it's bite-sized stuff. It is one steppy at a time. It's really not large. I cannot recount everything that I set out for myself to do, but I can recount some important stuff. So far, not a lot has been focused on weight loss. That was just the disclaimer because it will be a part of it. But let's just talk about that. First, I have lost 3 kilos in the past month. I have added 2 things to my checklist. If you know me, I don't eat a lot. I was still gaining weight, and it was because I ate is the wrong word, but you'll get it in a second. I took in a lot of stuff that isn't necessary, but was just there. And I don't mean like I ate chips like all day. No, I mean I drank like half a liter of milk when I came home because it was the only cool thing in the fridge, and that's the only thing I cut out. I said to myself, don't drink milk for fun anymore. And that's how I've been losing weight. So that was my main calorie intake. Guess what? Half a liter of milk is a lot. um, and yeah, that was that. And the only other thing that I added was once a day, while brushing my teeth, I do a few, what's it called? No, it's not push-ups. It's also not sit-ups. It's where you bend your knees. Dude, I don't remember. I'm sorry. You will get this completely uncut with my terrible memory of words. That doesn't change with German or English. I'll just forget it in one language. Um, but yeah, that's what I added, and the bending your knees thing during brushing your teeth, that's the newest one. That's the latest thing I added. That was last week. This week is this health update, but next week only starts Monday, so I wanted to actually get a head start on that because I thought it's an interesting week to do that in. I yeah, I think it's really healthy for me to just start with something small, considering that my main issue is that I don't like sports. And if you don't like something, it's super easy to call something a waste of time, which it is to me. It genuinely is to me a waste of time to do sports because I'm doing something unfun. And I know that's weird to think about that way because I have to. It's my health, and the healthier I am, the longer I can do the other stuff that I want. But it just doesn't work that way in my mind. That's just not how it works. It's like I come home after a hard day of work, like a 10-hour workday, and I just want to do something that I enjoy for 2 hours before I have to go to sleep instead of, do sports. Um, but yeah, that's something I have to now. I'm getting old. I feel it. It's weird to feel it, but I feel it gradually. And I see people around me having health issues that I don't want to get. um the first thing I added, by the way, was flossing my teeth properly. It was a good decision. By now it feels natural. I do it once a day. It's good for me. It's good for my teeth. I think it's like I don't know if I'm doing it completely properly, but by now it doesn't take that much time, and I feel like it has an effect. I think that's a good step to start, and then there is just generally uh being like I added shaving once a week, right? Because I've had issues with that. And I found a shaver that actually doesn't kill my skin every time I use it, so I can shave myself every week. I added playing Celeste an hour a day at least, which was difficult not because I didn't like playing Celeste, but because I was so done with everything after work, and then the thought of streaming, which is playing Celeste is synonymous or was synonymous for me, was just off the table. I talked to people the entire week, and even though I love the people in chat, and once I would start stream, I would have a lot of fun. It just wasn't like the hurdle of pressing the start stream button and broadcasting this part of my apartment, like you're seeing both rooms that this apartment has, in to some feeling to me inhibiting my partner's space, was a difficult hurdle to get over, which was a hurdle I wasn't able to get over the entire past year since we moved in here. That's why I haven't been streaming that much. I felt like I was doing something evil to my partner, Um, but by now we're like, I just have to not think about that. That's uh, how they said it. It's their issue, and they'll get used to it. It's my hobby. So yeah, and it's working. My partner is currently out a lot, so I've been getting better at adulting. If you have to carry a household, let's say 70%, um, you get more efficient with it. You learn to appreciate some of the stuff, like, hey, yes, I have to do this myself now, but at least I can do it immediately after doing that other thing. For some reason, that's somewhat freeing at this point. It wouldn't have been 5 years ago. um, and yeah, I've been enjoying life a lot more now that I added all of these things. It's weird. It's like I feel like I'm being so much more productive in the way that I do stuff, but at the same time I'm happier. And that's important. And it's not like I'm happier because I'm just being productive and I'm doing everything, and yeah, you just gotta pull yourself up on the bootstraps and you'll be fine. No, I mean, I'm the stuff that I'm busy with is genuinely something that I enjoy and that I cut out because I let myself be pushed to my limits already by work, by household, by general upkeep, and just accept that streaming and Celeste would also take away from the same battery, which it does to some extent, but it just also kind of doesn't. It's like talking to chat is not the same thing as talking to customers. It's just not. Even though it's also talking to people, it's not similar. But in your head, when you're completely done, you think it is. You think it is, and it's super weird. It's easy to fall into the trap of trapping yourself because of all of the circumstances around it. And I just feel like I haven't been doing that as much. I haven't trapped myself as much. I have, I think, a regular schedule. I take care of my friendships now properly. Most of them. I'm sorry, guys. I stream in a regular amount, but not daily. So I mean that goes hand in hand. I have to spend time with my friends sometimes. I feel like at work I'm doing better because if you're healthier, you're doing better, and I think I'm doing a better job at work now than I have been a few weeks ago. And I feel like I've been also doing more at work, that even though everything still gets done, and I don't feel like I have been inefficient before. Not at all, actually. So maybe it's just uh, maybe it's just there's less to do, so I have more time for things that I deem more important right now than I did before, and I'm just lucky. That's a good chance. Um, but yeah, generally I have been trying to put less weight on stuff that normally took away a lot of energy and time from me. So yeah, I am currently at 84.3 kilos. I was at 87 point something when I started this journey. Um, the reason why at the start I said I don't think I'll quit this is because I've been doing it for a few months. I have been adding stuff for a few months, and you seeing this means that I added something again, so this works. For me at least. I'm not saying this is a thing that everybody can do, but I think there are sufficient people out there who would appreciate this thought of Or you don't just have to get over yourself and go to the gym and go to the gym 4 times from week one and have friends who push you there. No, it can also just be 1 week at a time. One thing to conquer. You're very likely young. And even if not, it's you have to take your time. It's more fun that way, and your body has time and your mind has time to adjust to the new thing. Can recommend if you're not the person who has to do all or nothing. I know those people. Um, my parents are those people. So yeah, that's my update. I've lost approximately 3 kilos. Uh, by being more mindful in addition just because I set out on the journey in addition to just not drinking milk. I I would lie if I think like if I say I don't think I changed anything, but it was more like passive decisions. I'm just like because I cut out the milk and I saw the effects in the first few weeks, I was like what else could there be? And just started paying attention to it more. I don't think I made decisions based on that thought process, but it's also all subconscious. So how am I supposed to know? And yeah, there's actually one goal I am not doing properly since I set it out for me 1 week. That's a failure to some extent. And the extent is that I haven't been doing it for a few weeks by now, I think. And that's reading every day. My goal was to get my eyes off of the screen in the evening and just read a bit until I don't want to anymore. So I'm not even like you have to read. No, I I'm saying that after I'm done with my day, I just want to go to bed and instead of looking at my screen and watching the 15th Trackmania video that I actually don't care about, but it's content that I enjoy, um, I should read a bit. And I haven't been doing that. I think it would be healthy again because I've been like the direct consequence of that is me getting less sleep because I didn't read but look at blue light the entire time. So I procrastinated sleep a lot. Yeah. Um in parts of why I want to hold myself accountable, I would like to tell you next week that I read again every day. And I want to tell you about it and just have this diary of how life is going. Works hard. Works a lot. If you don't know what I'm working at, I'm project manager at a software company. And the way that I manage is I have decided upon being a manager. So I have decided upon the stress, not the developers. So I do the plus hours if necessary. I tell the customer, hey, this didn't work out because of these 15 things. And it's hard if everything comes together. Then there's somebody sick and you have to like take over their projects for a few days. There's just a lot to do, and it's hard to get through that because even if there's not a lot to do, it's still stressful because it still needs to be done now. And I enjoy that. Like, I'm jumping from project to project. I have to keep everything in mind. I get to use my honestly really good memory. It's super enjoyable. I still get to talk to the developers. I'm a studied software developing computer scientist technically, and tiny mathematician. I guess it was mathematics, statistics, and machine learning mixed in the application of image and video processing. To be completely accurate there, some sort of computer scientist. I still get to use that knowledge. I get to be a sparring partner for my developers, and it's extremely, for my developers is the wrong word, for the colleagues that also work on the projects with me. It's just easy to fall into that speech because I sure do not see myself above them at all. That I usually just say my colleagues, but I guess this is completely unfiltered, so you also get the slip ups. um, and I get to like talk about it and understand it and completely understand what's happening and get to communicate that to like 3 customers in the course of 1 hour, in slightly different ways because they have slightly different use cases for the same thing. And that's fun. It's so interesting and I love it. But after 10 hours of that, you're done. Even after 6 hours, sometimes you're done because everything is even more stressful than usual. And yeah, I was able to not let that influence the rest of my day. It's easy to just say, hey, I did 10 hours of work, but I'll be honest, after being stressed all day, I'm still like awake. I'm After 10 hours, I'm completely fine. But then on the way home, your body is like, oh, thank God. Let me just calm down for a minute. And then when you're home, you're like, oh, I do not have energy left anymore. My body was just too nice to put out the hormone that makes me able to do all of this. And also, thank you, coffee. Um, consume a healthy amount of coffee, not an unhealthy amount. I have 1 coffee a day at the morning. I have a metabolism that makes me run on that coffee until 7 in the evening, so I'm very fortunate, but still, also you. It's you come home and you have to be like, hey, I understand, body, but my brain still needs to calm down. I understand that you're done. I understand that I'm mentally exhausted, but let's do this thing that is genuinely fun. I swear to you, it's fun. I know you don't want to hear it right now, but let's stream. Let's play Celeste. Let's explore games that 2 little people have known about. It's fun. And I've been playing cassette beats, and I've been breaking that game. It's amazing. The game is good. The game does not want you to play as late game as I do. I had to mod it a lot to make it bearable and not make me lose up the experience. But yeah, you'll get a main channel video on that, I think. Shout outs to the main channel who has 0 videos, I think. Uh, but yeah, you'll also get a stream for that, where I explain the mechanics, where I show you why this game is so cool and why I spent 350 hours in a few months on it. But yeah, I think I'll leave it off here. I've been rambling for a lot. Thank you if you listened to all of it. Absolutely no issue if you didn't. Mainly, this is a diary of mine. I just want to get it out there. And I want you to take care of yourself, however that looks like. Maybe today it looks like you drinking too much coffee and doing something you actually like because everything else looks overwhelming. And next day you can do that with 1 coffee less or even half a coffee less. You'll know. You know what's healthy for you. You don't need me to tell you that. But maybe just try something out. And if that doesn't work out, try a different thing. And make it small enough so that it feels surmountable. Maybe that helps. I wish you all the best. And I genuinely mean this. If I say that no matter how much you're focusing on something right now, there is something small enough that is worth doing to improve yourself. And I can recommend doing that. And I wish you the best with it. If you actually find something to do, feel free to share it in the comments. I'll read it, obviously, because I'll likely get 0 comments on this. I'll gladly read it. And I'm super, super excited to see if anybody, first of all, even watched this far, because it's been going on for a while now, and this is very atypical for me. And if somebody actually tried something, or even if you're on a completely different health journey. Yeah. Why a vlog and not a stream? I don't know. I didn't want somebody to answer me. I don't want somebody to actively answer me. I have had in my stream people also talking about their own health journey, and I appreciate that and I enjoy that, and I'm glad they share. But this was just not the mood for it. This is very much a self-indulgent thing. This is my diary. I'll talk to you. I'll talk with you in the comments. I'll bring in some things at the beginning of or the middle of the next video whenever I get to think about it, if you share it. But this is very much a thing where I do the thing that I want, and I do not feel like I'm holding a conversation. Sometimes that's nice. It's a diary. You know how a diary works. I just want to write it down in these days, talk it down. Well, with that, I'm out. Thank you so much for listening. And like I said, let me know, have you had a health journey? How has it been going? How does your brain work with improving yourself? I wish you an awesome day. Goodbye.